the entered
So
session name.
creating S3 bucket and connecting it to EC2.
Okay, so that's fine. So, okay. So what I'm going to just show it to you, I'm just creating the simple S3 bucket here. And so if you're able to see it, the bucket name should be unique. What I'll do, I'll just give it a random bucket name. Let me,
Hello.
yeah, I'm just
Yes, sir.
creating the bucket. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. So I'll keep it all default. I'm not going to do anything. I'll just creating the bucket. Okay, what is it? Saying name already there. Let me use 2027. Now we are able to see it. There is many buckets under the S3, right? So now we want to access the bucket. Okay, any of the bucket. So what I'll do, let me create the one EC2 machine. Launch instance. Let me use Ubuntu. I'm selecting T2 medium. Going to use it, I think. Let's use it default. So to access for S3 bucket, you need one IAM role. Okay. So for that, we are going to create the one IAM role and we are going to attach it because there is a two-way. Okay. So one is for IAM role based, other one is access key, secret key. There is a two-way to we can have access the bucket. So the best way to access is role based. Okay. So this is the one we need to create it. So let's create a role. Select the EC2. This is the main thing to access the buckets. And so here just search it out S3. So you can give the S3 full access so that all the bucket name you can able to see it. S3 access. So the role has been created. So let's go back to the previous instance tab. Select it, go to action, security, modify IAM role. So from here, just select this S3 access. Automatically, it will be detected once you are created. Just update the role. So this is how you can create a role and attach to the EC2 machine.
Hello.
Yeah,
Sir, once again, can you do this EC2 instance role? Means actually a screen was.
and okay. So let me terminate this one. I think you were able to see the role access, right? How I have created a role.
Yes, yes, sir.
S3 bucket also you got it right how to create it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now let me create the launch instance. I'm going to use
No, sir.
uh,
Okay, okay. Continue. Means I saw this one. I was saying that when you opened EC2 and you were
yes.
connecting, that screen got stuck. That's it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, from there, okay, that's fine. I'm just creating Ubuntu and I'm not going to do, I'm going to select it all default here. Okay, I'll just launch an instance. So once it is launched, select the EC2 machine. There is an action, right? Go to action, security, modify IAM role. Got it right?
Yes, sir.
So under the modify, if you click it, automatically it will shows IAM role. Just click this arrow mark. It will shows all the IAM roles. Select it and update the IAM role. Okay. So once it is attached of any role, you will see it in the below. There is a IAM role. So in the live also, in the live example, every company they are going to attach it one IAM role. Maybe they wanted to access a test bucket, they wanted to get any related to services. If they wanted to access it using this EC2 machine, they can attach it. So now I'll just connect it to the EC2 machine. So there is a commands for S3 bucket access. Okay. So you need to do just type it AWS CLI. Sorry, AWS S3 LS. So what is it is saying? Sudo apt update. So there is no packages, right? So to access any of the services, you need AWS CLI command. So let's install it first. So let's clear the session. Let's paste it. I'm going to just install the AWS CLI. Okay, still it is showing error rate. Sudo apt install. There is one more command. Let me try to installation of just trying to why this is not working. I think last time we have used it a different command, right? To install it. Let's clear the session. Let me update it one more time. Still we are getting error. Hmm. Let's try to download it manually. Yeah, I think we're using Snapd, right? That's right. If this is not working for the installation, let's use it. This is just extracting the files. There is nothing to do it. Let's try to check. Yeah, I think AWS CLI is done. AWS, clear the screen. AWS S3 LS. Are you able to see the bucket names?
Yes, sir.
So the only thing is you need to attach a role. Okay, if you are not attached the role, you cannot able to see the bucket. That is the main. So where did you start on this part while practicing?
Not about structure. I did not understand.
No, there is not. See, storage is just like a to store the data. Okay, one thing. Other one is, for example, this is a use case. What I showed you, it is a live. Some of the company they wanted to move the data to S3 bucket. So this is how they will do it. Two things. Other
Mm.
than that, multiple cases you are using like VPC flow log storing. Okay, so and the trial logs. That means storage purpose, this S3 bucket, they are going to use it. But this is a main use case. Everybody should know it. They will ask this question. That is why I showed this topic. Okay. So let's clear it. And any doubt before going to the next topic?
No, sir.
That's what we can do. Let's terminate it. So today, what I'm going to do. So remaining there is a three topics are left. Okay. In only AWS cloud. Okay. So today I'll talk about IAM. So what is this IAM in AWS? Let me show some presentation slides. So IAM means identity and access management. So for any of the devices, if you wanted to log in, okay, IAM is very important. For example, you have a phone, right? To log in, there is a two, three methods. One is for finger based, right? And password based, okay, face lock, right? Same thing also, AWS also it is having a identity access management. So multiple way to we can log in. So what is AWS IAM? So IAM is AWS service for controlling the who can access what in your cloud account. It lets you manage users, groups, roles and permission all without an extra cost. So this is a free one. Services, anybody can able to use it to give the permission. And so what is this authentication? Authentication means verifying who you are. So proving that the identification, authorization means deciding what you can do it in the permission. That means what are the permission you should have it. And audit. So audit should be upon recording what was done. So something you have done it. So how do we check the person who has done anything, right? So authentication, authorization, audit is very important in the AWS IAM services. So the main core IAM components, one is for users, groups, roles, and policies. So where we can able to use these users? Individual people or apps that need to be AWS access. Each user have a unique credentials, username plus password or the access key. So access key, this is not the best practice. For testing, you can able to do it. And groups, a collection of users. So how many users are created? You can able to create a users. For example, you have in your company there is a multiple team like a database team, okay, cloud team, DevOps team, and Oracle team, and only management groups. Okay, there is a many groups are there, right? So what you can do, create a groups. Okay, add all the users to that group so that you will get to know all are part of which group. And so once you are added all the users to the groups, so attach a policy to the group and all members inherit those permissions automatically. So you need to just attach the policy to that groups. And roles, temporary identity assumed by the AWS services, apps, or external users. So no long-term credentials, users for short lived for the tokens. I showed you, right, for the roles how do we create it temporary, how we can able to access the AWS other services. Same thing for policies. So the policy will be an JSON format. So JSON documents that define the permission attached to users, groups, or roles to allow or deny the specific action. So this is the main component in the IAM. So the policy it is going to be assigned to the users or the groups or the roles. So make sure that this policy should be aware of it. And so IAM policy, the permission engine. Okay, this is a sample policy. It will start from the version, statement, effect, action, and resource. So this is, you should know how to write a policy. So there is already, it is available in the IAM section, how we can able to do it graphically and command line or the code level also. How do we do it? So there is a type of policy. One is for AWS managed, that means pre-built by the Amazon. Customer managed means custom policy, you create your own, your needs, right? So this is like our custom managed policy. Inline policies. So embedded directly in a user slash role. Okay. So you cannot able to reusable. So then resource policy attached to the resource like a S3 bucket. Just now we have done it, right? Same thing. We are just attaching. Next, how IAM authorization works. So you are the user. Okay. You are going to request it. It will authenticate it. Okay. AWS, it is going to verify that, identify the credential. And next is evaluate the policy. So I am going to check the all attach the policy and it will decide it. You need to allow or deny. So this request authentication for access allowed, evaluation policy and decision access denied. This is you should know it. So default all actions are denied unless the explicitly allowed. So by default it is denied all the policies. Now IAM users, IAM roles. I told you, right? So IAM user, why it required? IAM roles, why it is required? So IAM user for the long time credential to access it. One identity, one person or the app. Credentials never expires unless you rotate. Use for developers, admins, and CI/CD pipeline peoples. Risk is if the leaked keys are permanent until revoked. Okay. Only risk is access key. If it is leaked, obviously somebody can able to access it. If you are using IAM role, this is the temporary credentials expires automatically, assumed by the users, AWS services or apps. No long-term secrets, safer by the default. So use for EC2, Lambda, cross account access, IAM roles, most of the people using these three use cases. Best practice for prefer the roles over the users. Okay, if you are using within your AWS, use IAM roles. No, I wanted to required externally to login. Use it IAM users. So IAM best practices. So once you created the your IAM, enable the MFA and list the you can give the list privileges, rotate the credentials. If you can able to log the root account, use groups, audit and with the cloud trial. Oh, okay. This is a best practice for the IAM. So real world use cases, I told you, right? Dev team access. Okay, they wanted to access it. Tell 10 developer only for the read write for the S3. Then you can able to use it. EC2 accessing using S3. That is also I showed you. And cross account. For example, I have a 100 account in AWS. Then use for cross account access. So if you have any questions, let me know. If nothing, let's move on to the practical.
Move on, sir.
No, right?
No, sir. Move on.
Okay. Sometimes I'm not able to audible your properly because maybe you're not using.
Sir, is it okay now?
Yeah, now it's fine. So now I am just moving to AWS IAM users. So let me talk about three things here. So, okay, let me go back to IAM. So you need to search it out in the top IAM. So the first one it will come. This is the IAM section. Manage access to AWS resources. Just click it IAM and left side, if you're able to see it, access management, there is a users group, users, roles, policies, and identify providers, account setting, root access management, temporary delegation. Okay. So the main thing is you should know four things: policy, roles, users, users group. This is very important. Okay. Now, how to create the users, how to log in, right? So under the user section, just create a user. So you can give it any name. Okay. So I'm giving John. Okay. So I'm going to provide the user access to the AWS console only. Okay. And here I wanted to create the IAM user. This one you should use it. And the password is, if you want custom, you can add it your own. Otherwise, auto-generated password it is available. Just use it. And if you are giving the password to somebody, just use users must create the new password next sign in. That means once they are logged into the any of the user, they can able to change their password. So I'm going to use it here. I'm going to use auto generated. Let's see next. So I'm not going to attach to that any group, any policy, any permission. I'm not going to do. I'm trying to log in. That's it. Create a IAM user. So the IAM user created, right? Now there is a console username and password, right? Let's copy the URL. Go to that new incognito mode. Just copy this username. Sorry, the password. I know that there is already username John, right? Just type it John, and I'm just pasting the password here. I will log in it. Okay, it is asking for the old password. Just change it and I'll just use it my own password here. Confirm the password change. So user may not have performed the action. Okay. So just continue. So this is how you can able to log into that using the IAM user. So many team they can able to log in. This is a process to log in it. Okay. I'll just so now I wanted to do the access, right? So how we can able to do it? For example, now I am already logged in. That's fine. Okay. Let me go back to users. So now there is John users. Okay. I wanted to add this user to the group. Okay. So what I will do, I'm going to create the group, the group name called EC2 users. Okay. That means you can able to use it only EC2 users. Select the group and user and create the users. So this is how we can able to create the groups also. You can add it multiple also. For example, other team like DevOps, guy, other all those things. Okay. Now what I will do. So as of now, we have not created any roles and policy, right? So now let's go to roles. I'm going to create the role. Select AWS services. Here select the EC2 and make it next. So from here, you can use it your own custom or AWS managed. Okay, now what I'll do? So there is already EC2 one. Okay, full access, right? So if we given this full access, okay, you can able to see it. Okay, I'm just showing AWS managed policy, the role. Okay, you can able to see it. The policy name I'm using AWS managed only. Later will come custom managed. Now I'll just go to next. I'll just type it EC2 full access. So once I created this role, okay, I need to attach to user, right? Let's go to users. Okay, John inside. There is a permission, right? Under that, I'll add the permission here. Add permission, attach policy existing. Let me go back to role. Okay, EC2. So let's go to that policy. So I need to add it. Okay. Add the permission. Okay. So I think we don't want to select the IAM role. Okay. So you can just attach the policies directly. Just type it EC2. Okay. Select it and next add the permission. Okay. So I did not show. Okay. That's fine. So now I'll go to AWS account. I'll open the two tab. One is for EC2, one is for S3 bucket, right? So right now we are given the EC2 full access, right? So you can able to log into the EC2 portal. You can able to see it, what is running, right? So now we are able to see it. So what about S3? So S3 should have access or not? No, right? So let's go to S3 bucket. Just type it general. What is it is showing here? So you do not have a permission to list the bucket, right? So this is the error you'll get. So now same thing, what I will do, I'll just remove this policy. I'm going to add the another policy called S3. So S3 full access. Just attach it and go back to the IAM role. Can you just refresh here? So you are able to access the S3 bucket now. Okay. And if you go back to the EC2 section, EC2 you'll get error. See, you do not have access. Got it right? So this is how we can able to restrict the access to the groups or users. Any doubt till now?
ఇక బ్రేక్ ఇచ్చి నాకు 2 నిమిషాలు ఆగమన్నాడు పాప ఆగురా అన్ని నువ్వే అనుకో నువ్వు ఆయన చెప్పుకుంటా పోతున్నావు ఇప్పుడు
Hello, Chivik.
I'm sorry for the disturbances.
No problem. So till now, do you have any doubts about policy roles? No, right? If there is no questions, I'll just move to
No.
yeah. So I'll just move to the policy. So now we have completed users, groups, and roles I've already created. Let me show it you how we can able to create our own custom managed. So just create a policy, and here there is a policy editor. So you will see that visual and JSON. Okay. So if you want visualization, just search it out the service name, and under that I want full access action allowed for all. Below also there is a access level, list, read, write, permission, everything you can able to do it. And tag based also you can give the access. Okay. So that is also possible. So I'm going to allow it all. Now come down below. So if we select it all, then below there is one more option called request conditions. That's fine. Okay. I think we need to select resource. Yeah. So here under the resource, select it resource. Otherwise, if you want specific also you can able to do it. Just go to next, custom policy. So this is a one way to create the policy using the visualization. Okay. So we're able to see the policy name, right? Custom policy. Same thing, I wanted to create a policy using JSON based. Okay. Most of the people, they are going to use it JSON based. Now, what I will do, I'll just copy and paste it here. See, are you able to see this is a policy editor? This is a standard statement like a version statement, SID, effect, action, resource. The same way we need to write it our own. So now what I'm trying to do here, same thing here, EC2, right? I'm trying to give it. Just next, EC2, create a policy. So this is how we can able to do it. And we have a one more policy also. So what is my requirement is, let me tell you that. So just go to JSON. I'm going to create one more policy. So what I'm trying to do, so here the users or anybody should be able to access the allow for S3. Okay. For EC2, it has to be denied. Just now I showed you, right? So using two different role attachment, always the permission it is tough. Okay. So what you can do, you can mention it, which all the resource you can able to access it. Okay. Which all resource you should not able to. So now in this case, you can able to access S3 and EC2 should not able to access. It should be denied. That is how I already showed in the demo. Just create a custom name, custom policy. So policy creation is very important. You should know this. So now I'm going to show you one more example for creating the policy. So what is the requirement is, so user should access the S3 bucket successfully, but EC2 console should show access denied. I've already showed you. Okay, this is the live example. Our own policy, I'm going to add it here. Okay, so I'm already having the policy. So here I'm going to attach it. What is it is doing? So this policy details, it is going to be allow for the role. Okay, so whatever we are going to create it. Okay, that is called test. Okay, now what I'm going to do? Let me go back to roles. I'm going to create the test EC2. Next, I'll use it on the test. Create the role. Same thing should be there here. So you need to just modify it. Okay, role iPhone test. Yeah, I think it is already there. Here it is. Okay. So this is the one thing. Make sure that should be added in the role. Okay. As of now, there is no policy, right? It is blank.
Yes.
Now I am trying to give the allow for the S3 bucket. So in the S3 bucket, there is a S3 lot of buckets, right? The requirement is I want to access it only particular bucket. So if you're able to see it, so this is the bucket 2027. I need to access. This bucket I should access it. Remaining I don't want because so if anybody access it, anybody can able to access it, right? Other S3 bucket. No, that is not my requirement. My EC2 machine should access only this bucket. Okay, that is a requirement. Okay. So I've just added allow for this bucket. And so what all the things should do it? Get bucket, put object, delete. Okay, that is what it should be done. Remaining whatever it is showing, other than not resource, other than this bucket, it should deny. That is what my requirement. Okay. So let me explain it. So my use cases is I wanted to access it only for 2027 bucket. Okay, this is one bucket. Remaining all, I don't want to see it at all from the EC2 machine or whatever. Okay, that is the requirement. So now let me go to next. EC2, sorry, S3, access, create the policy. Now go back to role. Okay, what is the policy name? S3 bucket, right? Now let me go to the role, which is the one we have created. Add permission, attach the policy. Select it, add the permission. So again, same thing. You can go to users and John. I don't want AWS manager. Just remove it. Add the permission. So now we are able to, let's go to AWS account, just refresh it. So now we are able to see this bucket, right? We are able to access it. Okay, let's go back to bucket. Let's create a one of the EC2 machine. Okay. So let me see it. We are able to add it or not. Let's launch instance. Again, I'm going to use Ubuntu. So that's fine. And existing, sorry, default. So there is a one more way to attach the role, right? So just go to advanced details below. Are you able to see it? There is a IAM instance profile. So here just select it. Are you able to see it our role? Just select test one and launch. So without, I mean, after created the instance we are attaching, right? But before only we can able to do it. So now what is my use cases? Now, so in the bucket, so the topic we got it right. So see here is not able to access it. Okay. And here is not able to access it because we are already restricted. So here the portal itself only all the list the bucket there is no permission it is saying. But from my requirement is I wanted to access it. Which is the one I wanted to access it? This bucket I wanted to access it. From where? From the EC2 machine. Okay. Let's go on do it. So sudo apt update. Let's clear it. Let's install the AWS CLI using Snap. Now AWS version. Okay, so AWS CLI is installed, right? Okay, now what I want to do, I wanted to list the bucket. Okay, what is the command to list the bucket? AWS S3 LS, right? What is the error we are getting? We are getting list bucket error, right? Now, what is my requirement? My requirement is only this bucket I need to access it, right? Okay. So just use the command called AWS S3 LS and you need to give the bucket name because you wanted to access it only this bucket. See, under this, you are able to see it. Okay. If, for example, if you want other bucket, if you wanted to access it, just copy and see it, are you able to access it or not. So this is actually live. Okay. See, you are getting error, right? So you create it any bucket, same error you will get. Because my requirement is only one bucket should be accessed from my machine. Okay, see, everything it is coming. So only this will allow for this bucket only. See, right? So this is all about the IEM and under that policy creations, role creations, users and users group. Okay. So that is all about IAM topic. If you have any questions, let me know.
No, sir.
Okay. So once you done it, just try to delete all and go to that today's topic and try to do the answer. And if you have any questions, you can come back tomorrow and ask me. Okay. Let me delete all. So can you wind up the call?